Hi, and welcome back to the Teacherpreneur Association. My name's Jess, and I'm here to help educators just like you build their online business. In today's video, we're going to talk about the common mistakes that teachers make when it comes to using social media to try and grow their business. Now, you might find yourself making some of these mistakes. We're going to go through them, we're going to look at them, address them, and then we're going to learn how to overcome so that when you post, you're intentionally making a sale. You're doing it for a reason. So the first one is overemphasizing free content. Now, your content is how your customers are going to find you, how your audience is going to find you, how your future students are going to come across you. It's going to come from your content. Now, as you progress further, you can start putting ads on your content, you can start putting yourself out there even more, but the cheapest way to get your stuff out there is by using social media. So it's really important that we use it in the correct way. Overemphasizing free content, what I mean by this is when you only post educational content, and I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. Your business is an educational business. You're helping someone learn something new. You're helping someone achieve a new goal. And that is the business. That's what you're selling. You're selling education. That could be an online course, but it also could be a resource or an ebook or something smaller. It could be a service, a tutoring service. That's what you're selling. So when your page is education, your audience are learning that they can come to your page for free education, which is a great introduction, but that's not the only type of content you want to be putting out there. You want to be talking about the product, about the course, about your service. And I see this over and over again. And it could come from the fear of selling and not wanting to put a price on things. But the truth is, in order to sell, you have to be talking about more than just education. You have to be doing more than teaching. And this is the difference between the teacher who is doing this as a hobby, is doing this as a side hustle, versus the teacher that's completely running their own online education business. Or even if you're selling, resources to other teachers, you're helping those teachers, you're educating those teachers on design, on time management, on all these different things, but the product is the resource, the product is the lesson plan, the product is the ebook, whatever that may be. So make sure that you have a content strategy that includes more than just delivering free content. The next one kind of leads on from that, but it's not having a clear call to action. What I see teachers doing is presenting their information, sharing that top tip, doing what they need to do, but then that be it. No call to action elsewhere. No, visit my website, drop me a DM, leave me a comment with this emoji and I'll get back to you. Sign up for my email list. You want to think of your content like a lesson. You want to have an objective, a lesson objective. What is the objective of this piece of content? Is it just to put it out there for the sake of it? No, you want your content to go out there to get to the right kind of audience, to get to the right kind of student, so that they can enroll in your course, so that they can book a discovery call with you, so that they can drop you a message. There is an objective to each piece of content that you put out there, and posting without any of that intention is not helping your business grow. And what we want is for you to be making sales so that you can work from home, or you to be making sales so that you can be traveling more. The only way we can do that is by being intentional with our content. The next one that I see also is not having a strong personal brand. And there's so much advice you see online about, you don't need to have a personal brand. You can just show up as you show up. And whilst part of that may be true, what I want you to think of is when you are running your successful online business, who is that person that's running it? Like, how is she showing up online, or how is he showing up online? Are they showing up and not really caring about what they're putting out there and, posting random things, posting about their cat, or are they showing up meaning business? You have this education business, or you want this education business to help people. The only way you're going to be able to help someone is if they enroll, as if they buy, as if they purchase. So I want you to think about showing up as the professional that you are in a classroom, the professional that you are in your day-to-day life or your career. Because if a business is going to be the next step in your career, I want you to take it seriously. The difference between teacher and teacherpreneur is, one is like, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to sell. I'm going to create a product. I'm going to create a service. I'm going to work from home. It's a very big difference. And I want you to start thinking about who that is. And part of that is having a brand and building a profitable teacher identity online. And that isn't posting random videos. That is posting videos with intention. So personal brand, call to action, overemphasizing free content. The next one, which I did kind of touch on, but it's shying away from selling and sales. And I have another podcast episode that I'll link here about using sales language or selling. If you struggle with that part of it in particular, go watch this podcast episode or go listen to this episode, because that will help you just overcome what sales really is. And all it is offering something, offering value in exchange for money. And every business works the same way. Even schools work the same way. They offer education in exchange for funding from the government. And that's how they pay the teachers' salaries. Like, every business operates in the same way, but sometimes we just don't know it. And the school is selling places into schools, right? An open day. An open day is literally you selling the subject, selling your teaching style, you're selling it as part of like the whole school, but you as an individual are part of that sales process. And just because it's a public school, we probably don't think of it as selling, but that's all it is. That's all it is. Teachers make the best entrepreneurs because they know how to stand in front of a classroom and command it, and they know how to engage people. And this is exactly what business is all about, and this is why I'm so passionate about helping educators truly see their full potential. So shying away from sharing and discussing your products is a huge mistake, and I want you to stop, because you have something creative and helpful that needs to get out there, and we need to use sales language to get it out there. The last mistake that I see, there are two actually. One of them is posting and that's it, right? Posting and that's it. A wonderful thing that we can do online is look at our analytics, and this just means how well our content is performing. Now, if your analytics are not very good, that just means, okay, what are we going to do differently? Sorry about that noise. What are we going to do differently? How can we change that? How can we improve that? Your analytics, we're not taking it personally. They're just there to give us what we need to improve and to get better. Think of it like your exam grade. You give a grade, it's like, okay, this is what it is, but this is what I'm going to do to get to the next grade. Just posting and not really learning about what you're posting and how well it's doing that's just a huge thing that you can start doing today to be able to improve your content and reach more people. The more people you reach, the more visibility you have, the more people will hear about your product or service, but they're only going to hear about that product or service if you talk about it. So not actually learning about what you're doing and just like posting and crossing your fingers and hoping it's going to work. The last mistake that a lot of teachers make is the lack of consistency. I've posted, 3 times, but yeah, I'm going to start again like next month, or I'll keep going when I've got more time, or there is always an excuse. No one has time. If that was the case, no one would be able to do it, but we can. We just have to budget time each week to be able to be consistent, and we can schedule content. If you're still working full time, there are scheduling tools that you can use to make sure that you are consistent. Consistency builds trust. Trust makes sales. If you want to be that professional, that teacherpreneur that's replacing her salary, doubling her salary, what are they doing? They're being consistent because they want their products to be selling. They want to be helping people. That lack of consistency could be the mistake that you're making that's hindering your success. So this is how we're going to look at your content from now on. It's a bridge. It's a bridge from you, and over here is your audience, your target market, your student, and we want to reach them because we want to help them. And you want to know who your target audience is for this to work. You want to know who your teacher, who you're talking to for this. Like, we have to know that. And all your content is doing is making that bridge, connecting you to that student. And we do this on social media because it's easy. You can pretty much reach anyone in any country around the world, and it's the biggest platform for you to be able to reach them. So your content is this bridge. Now, what happens is your student will find you, amazing. That's the bridge. You know, you've met them, perfect. We want to make sure that you're also guiding that student towards their next step. What is that next step? What does that look like for you? And this is all called your content strategy. And that could be that email list, that could be enrolling, it could be DMing you. This is all your content strategy and your purpose. And if you want more help with this kind of stuff and you're ready to learn about business and sales and actually making everything work, then the Teacher Creator membership is going to be perfect for you. This month, we're actually talking about crafting your online teacher identity, crafting your profitable online teacher identity. This is January's class. And in this class, you're going to learn how to show up in a way that's comfortable for you, but in a way that also makes sure that you're seen as the professional and you're seen as someone who has an incredible product or service available and it's ready to buy. And you can click the link right now. But if you haven't got a product or service yet, don't worry, because this is still going to ensure that your content that you're creating, you're training your audience not to just watch your video and then keep scrolling. Watch your video, go to your link, comment, connect with you, so that when you do have your product, you do have your course ready, you've already built an audience that's not trained just for watching free content, that's trained to know that you have something spectacular to offer. So that's going to be January's class in the Teacher Creator membership. But with that, there is going to be an audit each month. I'm going to audit a different teacher. And from the audits that I've done in the past, these little things, these tweaks, like small tweaks that you can make, such as having that link in your bio, such as making sure you have a strategy behind each of your posts, having a call to action. These little things that are so easy for you to do could be the difference between making 10 sales a month and 25 sales a month. Could be that, just that little difference that you need to really see, like, this is gonna work. This is my online business. Like, this is me taking that next step. This is me reaching that next level. So that's the membership. But the point of this video is to know that social media is so powerful when used properly. It has the power to change your life. And not just social media, of course, your business as well, but having a strategy in place, or just learning a little bit more, but not just learning, implementing. There is so much free information on YouTube and podcasts and books, but it doesn't work. That information isn't going to work if we don't do anything with it. Don't box yourself over here and just post and think, I'm just going to post. If I keep posting, there is more to it. There is another level. And that's where the money comes in. That's where the consistency comes in. That's when you step up and transform into that teacherpreneur identity, that teacherpreneur that's so proud of what they have, that showing up is effortless. Showing up feels like, I can do this. I can create content and talk about this. I can talk about my product because it's incredible. That's the difference. And this membership is taking you from teacher to teacherpreneur, because that's what you deserve. You deserve to show up online and get paid for it. If it's something you're interested in, drop me a DM, because I would love to speak to you about coming into the class and joining us. There's also going to be a question and answer session each and every month so that you can get your questions answered directly from myself. The audits that we'll do each month for a random teacher will be recorded and posted in your online portal so that you can also watch and learn from other teachers who may be on a similar journey to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you can also listen on the go via the Teacherpreneur Association podcast, which is available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all of your major streaming platforms. And if you're listening to this whilst you're driving, then you can also hop over to YouTube and join us over there. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye!